Have you ever reached the end of the day and wondered where all your time went? Not because you worked too hard, not because something unexpected happened, but because somehow another day simply disappeared. Most people believe that success is decided by huge moments, a life-changing opportunity, a brilliant idea, a lucky break. But they're wrong. The biggest difference between the life you dream about and the life you actually live is often hidden inside the smallest decisions you make every single day. This is the story of Alex. There was nothing special about him. He wasn't lazy. He wasn't untalented. He had dreams, just like everyone else. He wanted to become healthier. He wanted to learn new skills. He wanted to build a better future. And every night before going to bed, he promised himself that tomorrow would be different. Tomorrow he would finally start. Tomorrow he would become productive. Tomorrow he would stop wasting time. But tomorrow always seemed to arrive carrying the exact same routine. Every morning began the same way. Before his feet even touched the floor, before his mind had fully woken up, his hand reached toward the phone lying beside his bed. It wasn't a conscious decision anymore. It had become automatic. Just one quick look.
That's all he wanted. Just one notification. Just one funny video. Just one scroll through social media. It didn't feel dangerous. After all, what could possibly happen in 1 minute? One video became another. Another became 5. 5 became 10. The algorithm always knew exactly what to show next. Something funny, something interesting, something completely useless, yet impossible to ignore. Without realizing it, Alex wasn't choosing the next video anymore. The next video was choosing him. 30 minutes passed. He finally looked at the clock. For a brief second, he felt guilty. But only for a second. It's just half an hour, he told himself. I'll make it up later. And just like that, the guilt disappeared. The phone went back into his hands. The day continued. His homework could wait. His personal project could wait. Learning that new skill could wait. Everything important could always be done tomorrow. That was the lie Alex believed every single day, because tomorrow always feels like an unlimited resource. But time doesn't work that way. It never has.
Every postponed decision quietly becomes another lost opportunity. Every delayed dream slowly moves further away. Yet none of it feels important while it's happening. Because losing 1 hour doesn't hurt. Not today, not tomorrow, not even next week. The real cost hides itself, patiently, silently, waiting for enough days to pass before revealing the bill. And Alex had no idea that he had already started paying it.
One day, everything changed. Not because Alex found a secret productivity hack. Not because he suddenly became more disciplined. But because he came across one simple number. 1 hour. Just 1 hour every day. At first, it sounded harmless. After all, almost everyone wastes an hour here and there. But then he kept reading. 1 hour every day becomes 365 hours every year. For the first time in a long time, Alex stopped scrolling. He simply stared at the screen. 365 hours. That wasn't just a number anymore. It was more than 15 full days. 15 entire days disappearing every single year. Without vacations, without emergencies,
without anyone forcing him to lose them. He grabbed a calculator. 5 years, 75 days. 10 years, 150 days. Almost 5 entire months of his life. 5 months. Gone forever. Not because he was sick, not because life treated him unfairly, not because someone stole his time, but because of one single hour. An hour that could have been spent reading, learning a language, building a business, practicing a valuable skill, improving his health, creating something meaningful. Instead, it disappeared into an endless stream of content he couldn't even remember the next day. That was the moment everything finally became clear. The hour itself had never been small. It only felt small because it was repeated every day. Tiny losses are dangerous because they never look dangerous. A single drop of water seems harmless until it empties an entire bucket. A single missed workout changes nothing. A single wasted morning feels insignificant. A single distraction seems impossible to notice. But life is never changed by a single day. It's changed by thousands of days, quietly moving in the same direction. Alex finally realized that time was different from money. If you lose money, you can earn it back. If you lose an opportunity, another one might appear. But once an hour disappears, it never returns. No refund, no second chance, no reset button. Time is the only currency that every person spends at exactly the same speed. Rich or poor, young or old, successful or struggling. Every second leaves forever, whether you notice it or not. And perhaps the most frightening part is that time never announces its departure. It doesn't make a sound. It doesn't ask for permission. It simply keeps moving, quietly, patiently, day after day, month after month, year after year, until one day you suddenly realize how much of your life has already slipped away. The next morning, nothing around Alex looked different. The room was the same, the phone was still lying beside his bed, the notifications were still waiting. The temptation hadn't disappeared, but something inside him had changed. As always, his hand reached toward the phone. Then he stopped. For the first time, he asked himself a simple question. What if I protect just 1 hour? Not 10 hours, not an entire day. Just one. 1 hour that belonged to his future instead of the algorithm. So he made a decision. He picked up the phone, opened the drawer, placed it inside, and closed it. It wasn't a dramatic moment. No music, no fireworks, no sudden burst of motivation. Just one quiet decision. Then he sat down, opened a book, and started reading. After only a few minutes, his mind wanted to quit. It felt uncomfortable. His brain wanted the easy entertainment it had grown used to. Scrolling was easier. Studying was harder. Watching was easier. Creating was harder. Doing nothing had become a habit. Doing something meaningful felt strange. But Alex kept going. Not because he suddenly loved studying. Not because he felt inspired. He continued because he finally understood the true price of giving up. The first day passed, then the second. A week later, nothing extraordinary had happened. His life hadn't magically changed. But something important had. He had kept his promise. 1 month passed, then 3 months.
then 6.
The changes were almost invisible, too small for anyone else to notice. But Alex noticed.
Reading became easier. Concentrating lasted longer. Learning became faster. His confidence slowly began to grow. Not because he became smarter overnight, but because he kept showing up. Again and again and again.
He finally understood something that most people never realize. Motivation starts the journey. Consistency finishes it. The people we admire rarely succeed because they are more talented. They succeed because they repeat small actions long after everyone else has stopped. One protected hour became another, then another. Those hours slowly turned into skills. Those skills created opportunities. Those opportunities created a different future. None of it happened in a single day. It happened so slowly that Alex almost didn't notice it himself. Until one day, he looked back and realized he was no longer the same person. Not because of one big decision, but because of hundreds of small ones. 1 hour, repeated every single day.
The truth is, most people will never notice the power of 1 hour. Because 1 hour doesn't change your life today. It changes the person you'll become years from now. The problem is that we expect massive results from tiny actions. When we don't see them, we quit. But that's not how life works. A tree doesn't become tall overnight. It grows a little every single day. So quietly that you don't notice the difference. Until one day, you look up and realize it's towering above you.
Success works the same way. Knowledge grows the same way. Confidence grows the same way. Health grows the same way. Relationships grow the same way. Everything valuable in life is built slowly. One decision, one habit, 1 hour at a time. While most people are searching for shortcuts, life rewards consistency. While they're waiting for motivation, time keeps moving. While they're planning the perfect moment to begin, another day quietly disappears. The saddest part isn't wasting 1 hour. The saddest part is believing you'll always have another one. Because one day, without realizing it, your tomorrows begin to run out. The future you've been waiting for eventually becomes the past you regret. That's why the most successful people don't protect their money first. They protect their time. Because they understand something most people learn too late. Money can be earned again. Opportunities can appear again. Even failure can become another chance. But time never negotiates. Every hour you spend is a vote for the person you're becoming. Every choice shapes your future. Every distraction shapes it too. The clock doesn't care whether you're building your dream or scrolling through someone else's. It keeps moving anyway. So maybe the question isn't, do I have enough time? Maybe the real question is, what am I giving my time to? Because your future isn't created someday. It's being created right now, in this hour, in this moment.
1 hour may not seem important, but 1 hour, repeated every day, can completely rewrite your life. So tomorrow morning, when your hand reaches for your phone, pause, just for a second. Ask yourself one simple question.
Is this how I want to spend one of the few hours I'll never get back? Because your life is nothing more than the way you spend your hours. And if you can change just 1 hour, you can change everything.